Tragedy strikes Baltimore with a container ship colliding with a bridge, but the U.S. government coming out to show that they're no better off than the Canadian federal government when it comes to how they virtue signal and try to use these situations to benefit their narrative. Let's get into it.
Oh, yeah!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to The Fringe. U.S. politics, and the discussion of this video is not going to be U.S. politics, but it's something that, of course, I don't cover here on this channel. We don't talk about U.S. policy very often, if not at all. But what has happened over the last few hours in Baltimore, Maryland, is an absolute tragedy. But what's more, the reason for this video is to compare and contrast how their government is now using this as an opportunity to throw out clown world policy, to put out confusing rhetoric to capitalize on diversity, equity, inclusion moments similar to what we see from Justin Trudeau. Now, anytime something happens in Canada, anytime we see protests, anytime we see pushback, anytime we see something happen with Jagmeet Singh virtue signaling to CEOs taking money, well, Justin Trudeau, of course, uses any opportunity at all to virtue signal towards either the Ukraine, towards the Gaza incidents, towards the LGBTQIA plus community, however you want to put it together. There's no shortage of virtue signaling for the sake of trying to pander for votes. Well, now the United States has taken a very similar step, and it's one that is very alarming in the face of tragedy. It's one that we're going to show here because I'm completely sickened and baffled by what the U.S. government has stated, and I'm curious if this is going to be the narrative for any event that happens moving forward in our political society. Because again, this is very comparable to what I would expect out of Justin Trudeau in Canada. Jason Levine, of course, tweeting out, folks, last night in Baltimore, Maryland, container ship took out a bridge with people and vehicles on it. Mass casualties are reported. I'm being told that this is a suspected cyber attack. Now, of course, he is speculating. I'm going to speculate as well by stating this. Again, I don't know anything on this. I don't know what the causes for this to happen are. The reason he's speculating a cyber attack, again, is that ships are supposed to have sophisticated guidance technology that stops them from having this happen. An absolute tragedy. We'll take a look at what's been stated. Again, you can see to the left here video of the bridge colliding with the shipping container and fires breaking out. The Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, Maryland, which crosses the Patapsco River, has reportedly collapsed within the last few minutes after being struck. There's the bridge collapse. Geez, that's terrible. After being struck by a container ship, a mass casualty incident has been declared with over a dozen cars and many individuals said to be in the water. Again, I don't want to focus too much on this other than to extend my deepest sympathies to those affected and the families involved. This is a horrible, horrible tragedy. Lives lost for essentially a failure on some spectrum. But what's damning and what is actually very alarming in this situation is the US's approach. And this is again where I wanted to put this out so that people see it, so that people are aware. Again, I don't cover US politics here on the channel, but this is something I would expect out of Justin Trudeau's office. We've all heard our stories about Sleepy Joe Biden, but this is... If you don't want to hear something completely grotesque, I advise you just stop the video now. Because Marty up north tweeting out, I'm almost speechless. Yesterday, a container ship crashed into a bridge, and somehow the secretary can turn it into an example of racism. Here we go.
If an underpass was constructed such that a bus carrying mostly black and Puerto Rican kids to a beach, or that would have been in New York, was designed too low for it to pass by, that obviously reflects racism that went into those design choices. I don't think we have anything to lose by confronting that simple reality, and I think we have everything to gain by acknowledging it and then dealing with it, which is why the Reconnecting Communities, that $1 billion, is something we want to get to work right away. If an
I just want to go over that again.
Underpass was constructed such that a bus carrying mostly black and Puerto Rican kids to a beach, or that would have been in New York, was designed too low for it to pass by. But that obviously reflects racism that went into those design choices.
Racism that went into design choices. Bridges are now racist, I guess. I don't know what to take from that other than this is clown politics. People have paid the ultimate price. Families are going to be broken. Um, Tragedy has ensued. And the press secretary of the White House has found the opportunity to say that bridges are constructed by racism. I don't know what to say other than that, folks. I'm speechless. I am utterly speechless, much like Marty. Um, Again, I try not to cover American politics, but this is just absurd. Um, I sincerely hope that there is outcry from the U.S., especially those in Baltimore, over that statement. I hope that they have to retract what they've said. Again, my heart goes out to the families and the victims and those affected in this terrible, terrible tragedy. Um, I assumed that, again, I hadn't watched the whole video up until the time of filming this video and seeing the actual collapse of the bridge. I simply had seen the fire from the shipping container. What a tragedy. I can't stand by and support a government that wants to behave this way anymore. I can't support a government in the US that wants to behave like this. I know our Canadian government, in fact, I wouldn't be shocked if Canadian government makes a statement on this and probably goes to the lengths to include something about um, Putin or something. You know what I mean? Like, again, I don't want to be crass, and I don't want to cut jokes here because this isn't a joking matter. But I wouldn't put it past anybody at this point because the politics we're seeing out of our governments at this point is completely absurd and disgusting. And I condemn every one of them for doing this. Again, quick video, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize, but it had to get out there. I wanted this put out there. Make sure to share this out. Let's get this out for the public to see that haven't already seen it. If you're new to the channel, I hope this video has earned your subscription. Make sure as you're hitting that button to hit the bell for notifications. Join us live here on the channel every Friday night for Friday Night Fringe as we go over everything that's happened this week, everything coming up in the week ahead, and a little bit of back and forth with the community. Um, Again, make sure to comment, hit the thumbs up button. It helps us get out in the algorithm so more people can see this. Please do everything you can to ensure people can see this because it's just absurd. And again, I'm disgusted by those comments, and I'm certainly wary of the comments that are going to come out from our government if they address this. I hope you guys, well, I usually say I hope you enjoyed this video. There's nothing to enjoy about this video, but I hope you guys take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.